Why do dogs align with Earth's magnetic field to poop? Yes, really. You've noticed it. Your dog circles. And circles. And circles some more. You're standing there, lead in hand, wondering what exactly is taking so long and whether your neighbors are judging you. I know I have. I have 2 dogs, and this is basically my entire morning. Turns out, your dog is not being indecisive. Your dog is not being dramatic. Your dog is calibrating with Earth's magnetic field to poop. We actually measured this. This is not a theory. This is not a quirky hypothesis someone came up with after watching their dog for too long. This is peer-reviewed science published in a respected journal, and it is one of the most absurd and wonderful things researchers have ever discovered. In 2013, a team of scientists from Czech and German universities did something that required an extraordinary amount of patience. They watched 70 dogs across 37 breeds over 2 years. They recorded 1,893 defecations and 5,582 urinations. They noted the direction each dog was facing. They cross-referenced this with geomagnetic data, and what they found was this. Dogs prefer to align their bodies along the north-south magnetic axis when they relieve themselves. Specifically, they prefer to face north or south, and they actively avoid facing east or west. This is not random. The statistical analysis confirmed it. Your dog has a built-in compass and apparently consults it before going to the bathroom. But here's the weird part. The alignment only shows up under specific conditions. When the Earth's magnetic field is calm and stable, the north-south preference is clear and consistent. But when the geomagnetic field is in flux, fluctuating as it does for significant portions of each day, the preference disappears entirely. The dogs just go wherever. This is actually what makes the finding so scientifically significant. It's not just that dogs align with magnetic north. It's that they align with magnetic north only when the signal is clean enough to read. Which means they're not doing this by accident. They're actively sensing the magnetic field, evaluating it, and responding to it. Your dog is doing magnetoreception, the same ability that migratory birds use to navigate across continents, the same ability sharks use to find their way across oceans. Your dog is using it to decide which direction to face while squatting in your garden at 7 a.m. Why does this happen? Here's the honest answer. Nobody fully knows. The preference for north-south alignment is well documented. The mechanism by which dogs sense the magnetic field is still being investigated, and the reason why they would want to align with it before eliminating is genuinely unknown. There are theories. Some researchers suggest that magnetic field sensing might help animals maintain an internal map of their environment, and that the act of aligning before a vulnerable moment, squatting is not exactly a defensive posture, might be related to orienting themselves spatially so they know where they are and which way they need to run if something goes wrong. Others suggest it might simply be a byproduct of a system that evolved for navigation, and that dogs are just running a background alignment check whenever they stay still long enough for the signal to register clearly. There is also evidence that the north-south preference is stronger in certain individuals than others, and that some dogs show it more consistently than their breed mates, which raises the possibility that there is genuine variation in magnetic sensitivity between individual dogs, just as there is variation in every other sensory ability. But the short version is this. Your dog knows where north is. Your dog chooses to face it or face south before doing something that requires staying still for a moment. And science cannot fully explain why. The first time a mammal did this. Here's what makes this discovery genuinely important beyond the comedy of it. Before this study, magnetoreception had been documented extensively in birds, fish, reptiles, and insects. Some evidence existed for cattle and deer aligning along magnetic field lines, but this was the first time a controlled, rigorous, statistically robust study demonstrated a behavioral response to fluctuations in the magnetic field in a mammal. Not just sensitivity to magnetic north, sensitivity to changes in the magnetic field. That's a more sophisticated level of detection. It means dogs aren't just using a compass, they're reading the signal quality of the compass and deciding whether to act on it. That's remarkable. That's the kind of sensory ability we associate with animals that navigate across entire oceans. And it's sitting in your living room, eating your furniture, and demanding belly rubs. What about the circling? So why do dogs circle? Before they lie down, or before they go to the bathroom? The circling is likely related to this alignment process. They're orienting. They're finding north. They're getting the signal right before committing to a position. The number of circles isn't arbitrary either. Research suggests it tends to be between 1 and 3, which is roughly what you'd need to do a full spatial orientation check, feel the direction of the magnetic field, and settle on the preferred axis. Your dog isn't being indecisive. Your dog is running a sensory calibration, a magnetic compass check executed with the same serious efficiency as any navigation system, and then reported with a look that says, "Yes, I have completed my assessment. You may now produce the treat." So next time your dog takes forever, they are not tormenting you. They are not broken. They are not being theatrical for the entertainment of the neighborhood. They are doing something that migratory birds do before flying thousands of miles. Something that sharks do in open ocean. Something that humans, with all our technology and instruments, needed a team of scientists with stopwatches and graph paper to even detect. Your dog can feel the Earth's magnetic field, and they use it every single day, multiple times a day. The fact that they use it mostly for bathroom breaks is, admittedly, a choice. I think I owe my dogs an apology.